Welcome to Hot Splices. I'm Paul Willistein. We're here with another Paul Geissinger, owner of Shankweiler's Drive-In, America's oldest drive-in and the second oldest ever built in the United States. When was Shankweiler's built, Paul?
Well, we opened in 1934.
And now, originally, I understand that the drive-in was patterned after one in New Jersey, right?
That is correct. Wilson Shankweiler used to actually have two poles up with a sheet, and he'd have a table set up with a 16mm projector showing the latest films, which could be probably in the area of anywhere from 10 to 20 years old, because there was no videotaping or DVDs or anything like that. But he owned Shankweiler's Hotel in this area in the back here, which was owned by a gentleman by the name of Vans. They were good friends, and he used this area just for his amusement and his hobby of showing movies to his customers and stuff at the hotel. But he heard about the drive-in that was opened by Richard Hollingshead in 1933, and him and his wife had gone down to Atlantic City on vacation. And on the way back, they stopped at to see Richard Hollingshead's first drive-in theater outside of Camden, New Jersey. And he said, that's what I'm going to do. So when they came back, he bought what was going to be developed as Levan's Manor. He bought all the land, turned it into Shankweiler's Manor, and took this plot and made it a drive-in.
We should point out that we are in Orfield, which is in North Whitehall Township, which is north of Allentown. It's in the Lehigh Valley of Pennsylvania. That's where Shankweiler's is located. And approximately how big a facility do you have here in terms of acreage, in terms of the screen, in terms of cars?
Well, the acreage is 4 acres. It's a rather small drive-in by size. We can park about 300 cars when we squeeze them in. Of course, now with only 2 drive-ins in the area, it's kind of tough to maneuver and operate, but we get by. It is what it is.
Great.
And now we make it that way, and it works.
Sure, and I understand that in the United States now, there are only approximately 330 drive-ins working, operating.
That is my understanding. That is correct, yes.
And I guess that's originally, back in the day, there were thousands and thousands of drive-ins, I believe.
There were over 4,000.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about how you and Paul Geissinger came to own and operate Shankweiler's Drive-In. It's a very interesting story.
Well, in 1971, let's go back, 1968, 67, I was an usher at an indoor movie theater. My grandfather was the doorman. He got me a job there. I was only 14 years old, and I wasn't supposed to be working, obviously. You had to be 16, but because of the connection there, I got the job. Well, I was very interested in the projection, and I started talking to the projections union at the time, at the projection room. And a gentleman by the name of John Irvin was a business agent, and he worked at the Plaza Theater in Whitehall, where I worked. And one night, a Saturday night, I was the head usher, and I didn't show up for work on a Saturday night. So the next time he saw me, he said, well, where the heck were you Saturday night? And I said I was at the high school showing movies for the Kiwanis Club. They used to have travel logs every once a month on Saturday night. And he says, oh, you're a projectionist. I said, well, yeah, I guess you can say. So he asked me if I wanted to get my projectionist license. Well, it was interesting, and they were making good money, and I had no direction at the time. I wanted to get into electronics. So I said, sure, and in the meantime, I spent 50% of my time in high school in the audio-visual age room.
The AV club.
I was the club, and every time I had an opportunity to be in the AV room, I was there. And make a long story short, we used to send the projectors out to be fixed. And one time, Arthur Everhard, who was the advisor, came in, and I had a 16mm projector apart. And he says, oh my God, what are you doing? And I said, I'm fixing the projector. And I did. I had the whole projector torn apart, and that impressed him. And so I spent 75% of my time now in my junior and senior year in the AV room.
And what school was this at?
Whitehall High School.
Whitehall High School in the Lehigh Valley.
Okay. I graduated in 1970. And then right out of then, I got my projectionist license. I served my apprenticeship in the union, and I worked for Leaf Work. I started going to Ryder Tech 5 days a week right out of high school. I had 1 week off. I didn't take a summer off. And I got a call the following February, and Johnny Urban called me and he said, I need you to open Shankweiler's Drive-In. And I said, ain't gonna happen, because I apprenticed sometimes at other drive-ins. Plus I knew all the projections. I would actually sometimes go to other drive-ins. And I said, ain't gonna happen. Well, 2 or 3 weeks passed, and he says, I need you to open Shankweiler's. Well, I didn't want to let him down. I came out here, met the projections from the year before I came out here, and I almost had a heart attack. I mean, it was, I expected pigeons to fly out. I opened the door. It was just, my standards, it was deplorable. And my standards at working at the Plaza, which was the newest theater at the time, all brand new equipment, I mean, we took care of it. Drive-ins were not that way. And I knew that from working at the Boulevard, the West End, the Super Skyway, you name it, I was there. This was the only drive-in that we did not apprentice at. So anyway, to make a long story short, I said, John, I'll give you 2 weeks. You got to get somebody else. He says, fine, that's great. Well, that was in April of 1971, and now it's 2017, and that was 2 weeks ago. So I'm still here.
Amazing. Now, Shankweiler's has been here for 83 years, and you've owned and operated it for how many years then?
Since '84, so that would be 33 years.
33
this is actually our 34th year.
I see. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to continue talking with Paul Geissinger. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with more from Shankweiler's Drive-In on Hot Splices.
Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake.